Shalom, and here's a thought for the week. You know the story about the child psychologist who just re-cemented in front of his house. Beautiful wet cement. And these little children come running all over the cement, completely destroy it. And he starts hollering at them. And after he starts screaming at them, they look at him and say, "Don't you always preach of how you have to, love the children and be patient with them?" He says, "Yeah, I believe in being patient with them in the abstract, not in the concrete." So this week, I managed to go on a hike with a family. It's a family member. We went on a hike, and it was a new place I'd never gone before. And we were trying to figure out with the Google Maps where to go, how to start. And we showed up. It was a long drive up the top of a high mountain. We came there and we stopped. We pulled over to the side. There's not really official parking. You just you park on the side of the mountain. You start walking up. We stopped there and we asked this guy for directions. And it turns out, he says he shows us where to go, what to do. And I turned to myself and said, maybe this guy's a Jewish guy. I turned, you happen to be Jewish? He says, yeah. When they start saying, yeah, that's for sure Jewish. And he turns out his parents are Jewish. And it seems like a guy in his 70s, maybe. And we stopped with him, and we talked with him, and, he seemed like he had a sad look to him. And I offered him to put on tefillin, to do a prayer. And I had my mask on, and he put on his mask. We wrapped the tefillin, and then all of a sudden, he just put it on, and he just started bawling his eyes out. Literally just looked at me and closed his eyes, and he was crying, just nonstop. And, I said, God, it was quiet. I was there. My wife was there. We were just waiting. And, seems like he had a lot of challenges in life and grief and so on. But it was just a moment that the hike was great. The time away was great. But to me, that was the highlight in a way of the whole thing. Why? Because what I learned from the Rebbe is that you can't get stuck in your box of what you're doing. You just got to step out of your box and see what's going on somewhere else. And I think that's what today's all about. It's like we're in COVID-19, everyone's having a rough time, and we could all think about our own tsuras and problems. And then you could stop for a second and step out of your own box and start thinking, well, maybe there's someone next door, maybe there's someone that I could help out. And quite frankly, that's the best way to help yourself as well. And today's the yahrzeit, the day of the passing of Aaron the high priest, who loved peace and pursued peace. That's what Hillel said. I think the idea of pursuing peace is not just that we should love peace, but we should do what we can to help another person out. Go out of our way to make peace between people. We're in the Rosh Chodesh, 9 days before the Tisha B'Av, the day of the destruction of the temple. It's in a way a time of mourning, Menachem Av, the month of Av. We minimize and joy, so to speak. But the truth be told is that it was the destruction of the temple that came through baseless hatred and through love of each other, reaching out to each other. That's going to build the third temple that we wait for. So if we want to do something to change the world, an act of goodness and kindness, of going out of yourself and pursuing peace like Aaron the high priest did, that is what's going to bring about a change in the world. More than any newscaster listening to this news, that news, getting to arguments. Help one person today, additional person, go out of our box, and guaranteed you'll feel better about yourself, and you'll make a difference and bring about the redemption, the coming of Mashiach. Amen. Have a wonderful Shabbos. 7:45 is candlelighting. Have a great Shabbos.